Hey guys, I'm Dan and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a brand new Arsenal video. I just want to apologise for not releasing one for a long while. Life's just been busy and hasn't corresponded well with the Arsenal games. There's been a lot of late Arsenal games and I've either been at work or it's been like in the middle of the night and I'm not able to record videos. But I'm back now. I've moved house recently as well, so I'm kind of stable now. So I'm going to try and crank out some more Arsenal videos on a more regular basis. So apologies for that. Let's get straight into it, guys. Yeah, we just managed to beat Luton 4-3 away at Luton, and yeah, massive result. I think a lot of people thought it was going to be an easier game because it's Luton, and they're not even the bottom of the league now, but they I would say they're the relegation favourites, but they're doing alright at the moment. To be honest with you, they're doing especially at home, and it was a difficult game at home, and yeah, sometimes those smaller grounds, more intimate, it can be a little bit more intimidating for players who I think are more used to big stadiums and the crowd being a little bit further away. So yeah, it wasn't an easy game by any means. But yeah, I think everyone was kind of resigned to a 3-3 draw when Kai Havertz scored the third goal. But we managed to get another late winner. Really awesome, really roller coaster ride. Late winners are awesome, but at the same time, you kind of want your team to kind of um, win it in a little bit more of a comfortable manner. But it is what it is. It was away from home. It was a tough fixture, and yeah, we managed to get all 3 points. So I think that's 6 wins on the bounce now in all competitions since we lost stupidly against Newcastle. Can't even think it was like mid-October. So yeah, doing alright at the moment. Top of the league by 5 points at the moment. Obviously, there's more Premier League games to come this week, so may not stay at 5 points. But at the moment, we're top of the league. We topped our Champions League group, and we got already qualified with one game left to spare. So I think everyone's quite resigned to the fact that we're going to rotate against the PSV game. I think it's the PSV game, it's the last game. Which is fine by me. Just heavily rotate. We're already through. Doesn't affect the result of this game. Doesn't affect us topping the group. So just play a rotated team. Get some minutes for players like Ramsdale. Who necessarily hasn't played much this season. And yeah, I mean, I'll go to the goalkeeper situation right now because I think that's the kind of elephant in the room right now. Bayer, for me, didn't have a great game. He had a bad game against Luton. He's had a couple of bad games this season. I would say it's difficult because I think he's had a decent season overall. It's just he's made some mistakes in a couple, I think 2 or 3 games. Which wouldn't by itself be a problem, but the fact is we got Ramsdale on the bench. Ramsdale, who's got us into the Champions League, he was undoubtedly number one goalkeeper for the last couple of seasons. You're thinking, okay, when we bought Wire in, it was obviously just a loan, so we're thinking, okay, maybe he's gonna challenge them, he's gonna rotate them. The goalkeeper's position seems to be the only one that doesn't really have much pressure to it. You have an obvious number one generally, and then another one who's either a youth goalkeeper or a really older goalkeeper who's happy to stay on the bench quite a lot, get the odd game here and there. The number one's normally just quite secure in the fact that he's the number one, but at the moment. Raya seems to be that, but at the same time, we've got another number one quality goalkeeper on the bench who should be playing more. Um, I think I agree. I think a lot of people agree with me when I say that Ramsdale. I think Raya's done more things wrong than Ramsdale did when Ramsdale was dropped. Ramsdale, I think, started the first game of the season against Forest because I was there. But I think since then, it's just been Raya and Ramsdale's got the odd game. I think Ramsdale's played 1 game or 2 games since then. So I feel like Raya's done a lot more to be dropped than Ramsdale did when he was dropped, in my honest opinion. I like Raya. I just don't think we've seen Brentford's Raya yet. I was talking to my mates earlier and I said maybe the jump's just too big for him. Maybe Arsenal's just the pressure being in the Champions League, being in a title fight, which obviously at Brentford is not experienced. I mean, apart from the Championship, I guess, but um, yeah, I think the pressure's too much for him. I think he's gone to Arsenal and has gone, "Whoa, this is what it's like being at a massive club." No disrespect to Brentford, but at the same time, Brentford's not going to be in the title fight anytime soon. Maybe it's just a little bit too much for him. He seems to have the full backing of Arteta. Um, but yeah, I'm disappointed. I mean, I believe Arteta when he first brought Weah in, he was like, "I want competition for all teams or for all players, sorry, all positions," and yeah, I'll rotate. Last season I wanted to sub a goalkeeper in, but I didn't because I didn't have the bravery to do it. Well, I believe that, to be honest with you. For me, that was the only way you could explain signing Raya when you did, because we already had an established number one. I mean, okay, Matt Turner obviously was blatantly going to go last summer, so we knew we had to get some keeper in. Um, and I believed him. I believed that, well, okay, Ramsdale's going to play until he messes up, and then Raya's going to come in, and he's going to play until he messes up, and then Ramsdale's going to come back in, and both players are not going to be comfortable at all, and they're both going to be forced to play at a top level to stay playing in the team. That hasn't happened. It's blatantly like Martinez gone, you know what, I want Raya and not Ramsdale. Despite the fact that Raya hasn't, I would say out of 10, I think Raya's had, 6 out of 10 seasons so far. Um, Again, it's only December, fair play, but, he's not confident, I don't think. In the Luton game, he made two clear errors that, could have cost us 3 points. Could have cost us 1 point. I mean, at one point, it looked like Luton could get the winner. So, yeah, corner, just absolutely shambolic. We can't defend corners. 2 goals conceded from corners tonight is atrocious, in my opinion. Work on your set pieces, please, because, that's just not acceptable. And yeah, he was personally responsible for 2 goals, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion. And yeah, maybe it's time to get Ramsdale back in. Um, you know, Unless Ramsdale's not training right or there's an attitude issue, which I don't think is true, but just get Ramsdale in the next Premier League game. I think Ramsdale's going to play the last Champions League game, in my opinion, um, because I would rotate the team heavily for that, and he's part of that. But I'll have him for the next Premier League game. You show why, like, you made mistakes, fair play, but this guy can take your position if you mess up, so you have to improve. Um, Lots of rumours that Ramsdale's going to go in January. I don't think he'll go in January. I don't think he wants to go in January. I think he's quite happy to be at Arsenal, considering we're in a title fight. I think he'll stay till at least summer. I don't. I mean, there's talk of other teams like Newcastle not having a goalkeeper or whatever. I think Newcastle get De Gea on the free. In my opinion, that makes more sense to them, especially in the January transfer window. Um, I can't see Ramsdale leaving in January. I could be wrong. Maybe I am wrong, but I think he's going to be happy to stay until the end of the season at least. And if the situation doesn't change by the end of the season, then fair play. He'll probably want to leave then. Yeah, but overall, massive result. We're kind of riding a really good wave right now. We've got tough fixtures coming in and around Christmas and New Year, so it'll be interesting to see where we are the first day or on New Year's Day. I think Arsenal play on New Year's Eve, so yeah, it'd be nice to see where we are on New Year's Day. At the moment, we're doing well. I would say we're playing not as well as we did this time last season. Obviously, this time last season was the World Cup, and Jesus was already injured by then. But um, the first couple of months of last season, I think we played a lot better than we have this season. Um, attacking wise, we were just blitzing people before the World Cup. Well, we haven't this time. We've been a little bit more measured. Martinelli in particular is taking a little while to kind of get going. Same with Jesus. Saka's the only one that's really been scoring quite well this season. Um, well, having said that, Martinelli scored tonight, and I think he's on 2 or 3 goals now. So maybe his form's back. But I think the difference is that we're a lot stronger defensively. He says as we've just conceded 3 goals, but overall, I think we're still the best defense in the league right now. So um, I'll take that. I'll take scoring a little bit less if we're conceding a lot less. That's a good ratio for me, a good exchange. So yeah, at the moment we're doing well. Like I said, top of the league, top of the Champions League group. Be interesting to see who we get in the knockouts. Hopefully we can progress. I would like to at least get to the semis for the Champions League, in my opinion. Um, and I think, for Arteta's debut Champions League season, I think that's not a bad result at all. Um, it just depends. And obviously, I'll do a video when we find out who we get. I'll do videos in the future for that. So, yeah, so far so good. Saka's just world class now. His numbers put him in the world class category for me now. I think only the bitterest of rivals will not accept that he's world class. And he's only 22. 200 appearances now for Arsenal for the Luton game. 200 appearances at 22. That's crazy. Um, he's a talisman. He's in some ways the face of the club now. And he takes the club on his shoulders a lot, and he's the one that scores. He makes things happen. So, congratulations, Bukayo. I'm really happy for you, man. And yeah, like I said, the whole team's doing well right now. So, except for the goalkeeping issue, but I've gone through that already. So yeah, I'm really happy right now. Let me know what you thought about the Luton game. Let me know what you think about Arsenal's title hopes. Um, it depends on what this results for this weekend go, but City are not the same City that we've seen. Again, they could turn it on and go on a 20-game winning streak if they wanted to. But City, then they're looking as vulnerable as they ever have under Pep, in my opinion. Liverpool hit and miss. They do quite well, but then they seem to be improving, but they still have a nail in them here and there. Man United, Chelsea are just absolutely in the mud right now. Spurs are doing alright. I think they'll finish maybe in the top four, but beyond that, I'm not really worried about Spurs. Yeah, we just got to keep this momentum going. Just keep taking it game by game. Try and keep most of the players fit. I expect us to make some transfers in January. I think we've got to get a party replacement. Douglas Luiz is the name, but we'll have to wait and see. Um, some people calling out for a striker. I would love a striker, but I just don't think that's going to happen in January. Unless, Jesus already gets injured, which I don't see happening. Yes, for me, it's a midfielder, in my opinion. We need a bit more of cover for the party position. And beyond that, I don't know, maybe a left back. But at the moment, I think we've got rotation for all positions. It's just, the midfielder position is looking a little bit light for me. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'll do videos, obviously, as and when that happens. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the Arsenal at the moment and the Luton game. And if you're an opposition fan, what do you think about your team and your prospects for the season as well? But yeah, guys, I'd really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it, especially you guys who always check in on the channel and review my videos. I really appreciate it. Yeah, just trying to spread the good vibes around a little bit more, try and get the community a little bit more growth. And I really appreciate every subscriber. So if you're newly subscribed, please send a message down in the comments below, and I'll thank you personally, because it really means a lot to me. So yeah, thanks, guys. I'll do more Arsenal videos from now on. Now that I'm settled where I am, so. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Adios.